So today I'll be playing Minecraft, but I'll be adding your stupid Minecraft mod ideas every day for 100 days. Why did I do this to myself? So on day 1, the idea was to make an Among Us sword, and when you hit a mob with it, they become sus. I then decided to build my house in a nearby cliff because I wanted to make it look like an evil lair. So I've gotten a lot of suggestions to add the rock, so for day 2, I added one, and when you mine it, you get a lot of stone, which I can use to build my house. So on day 3, I was having a hard time traversing the cliffs to get to my house, so I needed a flying thing to get around. So the idea was a craftable robot, and when you craft it and place it down, you get a drone. Day 4, the idea was to add me, so I made a cloning ray, and when I shoot myself with it, I clone myself. On day 5, the idea was Jesus, so he came to me and he gave me a diamond because I had not committed any sins yet. Then on day 6, the idea was to add Star Wars, so I added a lightsaber which can kill mobs and cut blocks. Day 7, I needed food, so the idea was a salmon dimension, and when you click on a salmon, you get teleported to the dimension. The next day, I was told to add Naruto, but I've never watched the show, so I made what I know about him, and he's fast, I think, so I tried to take him home to keep him as a pet, but he escaped. For day 9, the idea was make Among Us drip, and day 10, the idea was to make bees shoot fireballs, but the bees were too powerful, so I had to run away. So on day 11, the idea was a banana gun, so I went back to the bees, and when I shoot at them, it places a banana, which they can slip on. Day 12, I was told to make a Minecraft mod, so I guess that means I could make whatever I want. So when I press the letter G, I get glass, which I used on my house. On day 13, the idea was to add Home Depot, so I went searching for it, but the game crashed, and I couldn't load the world again, so I had to spend hours getting it back. So then I finally found Home Depot. Then on day 14, it was make Kool-Aid, so I made the Kool-Aid man, and when I click him, I get Kool-Aid. The next day, monsters would keep sneaking into my base, so the idea was make a turret, which would shoot at monsters. Day 16, the idea was make helicopter, so I assumed they meant make a double-decker helicopter, which I did. On day 17, the idea was Kirby, and he can suck up mobs, and when he does, he becomes the mob. For day 18, the idea was add an alligator gar, and I don't know what a gar is, so I just gave him a gun. Day 19, it was edible asteroids, so I found a meteor crater, broke some meteorite, and ate the asteroid. Make tall fern grass OP, so when I hit a mob, it explodes. Day 21, I was told to Google Translate Enderman, and it came out as smell, so I gave them a long nose, and if you get near it, it punches you, and you get knocked very far away. On day 22, the idea was make a sun bar, and when I eat it, I get sent to the sun, but before I went, I made sure to make an earth bar so I could return back to earth. Then on day 23, the idea was add Charmander, but he kept on attacking me, so I made a cage for him. Day 24, I was told to add SpongeBob, so I went searching for him, and I found his house. So I broke in, but for some reason, he didn't like that, and he started attacking me. So I killed him. You know there's probably one person who's watching this and actually thinks I'm a psychopath. On day 25, it was make a Joe Mama totem, and when I use it, I get sent to your mom's house. For day 26, the mod idea was make sharks, but for some reason, they were just flopping around. Day 27, I needed a ranged weapon, so the idea was a gun. And then on day 28, the idea was make a spaceship, and when you ride it, it flies away from Earth, and it sends you to the next idea, which is make a cheese dimension, which just so happens to be the moon. On day 30, I was told to make a final smash ball from Smash Bros, which would strike mobs around me with lightning, but it struck me instead. The next day, it was make a magic staff, and on day 32, it was make a nuke, so I made a big red button which nukes stuff. So I've gotten a lot of ideas to make Five Nights at Freddy's characters, so I made Freddy. Then on day 34, the idea was to make a Doctor Strange outfit. And on day 35, the idea was to make random stuff appear out of nowhere. So I made a random event where Smash Bros characters would appear. Make a mod where you can paint. So first, you need a paintbrush, and then you need a canvas. And then when you paint on it, you get a super pixelated piece of artwork. The next day, I was told to make a mod where you can can smelt babies. So when you smelt them, you get baby powder. And I also finished my house that day. Yo, what's up? MTV Cribs here. So I keep on getting suggestions to make Sonic, despite making him twice. So on day 38, I made him again. On day 39, the idea was DaBaby, and when you go near him, he forces you to say, let's go. For day 40, I wanted to go to the Nether, so the idea was make pumpkin armor. And on day 41, I went to the Nether, and the idea told me to add fire slimes. The next day, it was add a pug, so I did, and I trapped him in a cage. But then Jesus came and told me I had committed a sin, and that he would send someone after me on day 49, so I had to prepare. But instead, on day 43, I decided to go with an idea to turn the sun into Mao Zedong. And now when you eat a sun bar, you go to the Mao Zedong sun, where a bunch of Maos try to attack you. Day 44, the idea was to make a dream mask, which gives you speed, jump boost, and luck. On day 45, I was told to make an SCP mod, but I don't know anything about SCP, so I just looked up SCP characters and made SCP-049. Then on day 46, the idea was make a pop, so I'm assuming they want me to make a bubble that pops, and when it does pop, it explodes. Day 47, it was make a robo shark, which is basically the same thing as the robot alligator, but a shark. And then on day 48, it was the day before the fight, and the idea was make Megalovania. So now I was ready to fight. So on day 49, I was told on my Discord server to make a super axolotl. So Jesus sent the axolotl after me, but it was too powerful for me. So I dug into a hole and waited until day 50, where the idea was add a walking bomb. So I added bomb-bombs from Mario, which walk up to the axolotl and explode. So then I defeated it. So that's the end of the video, and once again, I'll be splitting this video into 2 parts because I don't want to overwork myself. So if you have any mod ideas, make sure to put them in the comments because I may make them in the next video.